So the time has finally come. You have seen me buy the boat. You've seen me spend 2 weeks, balls to the walls, fixing this thing up. And now you're gonna see the Maiden Voyage, cutting from the west side of Florida to the east side of Florida through the Okeechobee. By the way, big thanks to my dad. He's always there to come on these trips and help me out. I don't think it would have been possible to go through those locks without some assistance. So thanks, Dad, for that, coming along for the ride. It was a blast. During the recording of this video on the Maiden Voyage, the boat was still in complete disarray. Since then, I've got it all cleaned up, looks pretty good. So after this video, I'll take a tour walkthrough video of the boat so you can see it how it is now. Thank you guys for all the wonderful comments on the last video. I read them all. Super awesome. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, but most of all, enjoy the video. Early AM, Maiden Voyage day. So, to make a long story short, I did a ton of work to the boat and we're having trouble getting out of this canal system because it's really shallow. So we're gonna attempt it. Alrighty. I didn't do a lot of recording the last probably 4 or 5 days because I was so busy getting this thing ready to go. But we're leaving Safe Cove. My dad's been here since last Friday. It's Wednesday. And the big problem is that there's no water in Charlotte Harbor right now because of the north winds. So it's gonna be a little sketchy getting out of here, but we're gonna give it our best shot and we're off. So this is it. Maiden Voyage on the Hatteras. It's gonna be a really shallow voyage through here. But we've got to get it out of Charlotte Harbor. Got to get it out of here and get her moving. We're going through the Okeechobee Waterway. Hopefully we get the hell out of here without issue. So, following the sailboat. He's got a 4.5 foot draft. We're just over 5. Should be good. All right. We're here at the South Gulf Cove Lock. If you watch my videos, you remember I came through here in my Albin by myself. This is a much bigger boat, and not gonna lie, I'm nervous as hell, not for the lock, but for the shallow water that comes after it. So, a lot of people run aground in here, and we've had a north wind, which has pushed the water out of the bay. You need to go in the perfect spot. I don't know exactly where that perfect spot is, but we got to get out of here. We're gonna give it a shot. Fingers crossed. Whew. We're in the lock right now. Keeping it steady with the throttle or the gear. All right, wish me luck, people. This is nuts. All right, well, we made it out of there. Frickin' barely. Stirring dirt like crazy. Nuts. And this is high tide, still in shallow water. Wanted to give an update. I'll update you when we get into some safer water and I feel better about this whole situation. Good though, we made it through. So we made it out of there, Dad.
Yeah, oh man, we're out of the sketchy territory and
into our next sketchy territory.
We're rolling along. We're rolling into the sun.
Rolling into the sun. Autopilot is working awesome. And I'm gonna go downstairs and check on the engines, make sure everything's looking good now that we're in some deeper water. And we'll go from there.
Look at that dinghy situation.
Yeah, it's nice.
We're not having to tow the dinghy anymore.
Literally.
Yeah.
The crane lifts the dinghy on the hard top and it's awesome. Wonder if it would hold a jet ski. All right, we're gonna go downstairs. good on the gauges down here. Let's go look at the motors. So we're coming down Charlotte Harbor right now. Much less stressful out here. Plenty of water to boat in. Headed to Pine Island, the Intracoastal in Pine Island. We're gonna cut through to Cape Coral, head on into the Okeechobee Waterway to cut through Florida. Everything's going awesome. The boat's running perfectly. Temps are good. Stuffing boxes, I loosened up the slightest bit. They're just warm. Tightened down the jam nuts, they're good. Dad's making some food downstairs. Everything is good. Boat's running stellar. Stellar. Knock on wood. All is good. We are entering the Pine Island Intracoastal route with a bunch of other big boats, so that's a good sign. I called Towboat US and asked them about it just to be safe, and they said no problem, it's all good. So we're headed through and we'll be in Cape Coral, Fort Myers. It'll be really interesting to see some of the hurricane damage, you know, see what's going on with the hurricane.
Yeah.
75, why you have a hat on?
Because I don't want to get my head burnt.
Oh.
And
we're just cruising along here, hanging out in the cabin, and we're almost through this section ICW that brings you into Cape Coral. Boat's doing great, everything's good. We were up on the flybridge for a while and then decided to come down here and try out the lower helm. So here we are. Everything is awesome. Just had some chicken parm, and we are entering the Okeechobee Waterway. Right up here. I'll get all this clutter cleaned up tonight, hopefully. We were in a pinch to get out of there while we could get out with the deck. Barely, but we made it. So yeah, we're getting into the Okeechobee and we'll stop, I think, after the second lock is what I'm hoping for today, and continue tomorrow. All is good. Hanging out.
here we are on a beautiful day coming through the Okeechobee Waterway, driving from inside our living room, our floating living room. Out there, I don't know if you can see it. Well, yeah, you can probably see it. That's actually Sanibel Island. So that bridge over there, that's the Sanibel Bridge that got trashed. That's the guy that got redone. I don't know if it's that section. If you look at the canal, it's got different names as you go along. So I'm just gonna call it Okeechobee Canal, but it's just beautiful. Pretty pristine. This is the area that really got rocked by the hurricane. We're in the channel, so this is where all the boat traffic is. Outside of this channel, the boat just gets beached. But what a day, nice day.
pretty neat over here. All sorts of little islands and whatnot. A lot of center console traffic. And we're just cruising. Look at that little island. It's pretty neat. Pontoon boat hanging out over there. So this is really getting down into the Okeechobee. We're coming up on Fort Myers pretty soon here. This is the Midpoint Memorial Bridge. Coming on under. Making headway, boat's doing awesome. This is Fort Myers. I don't know if you can see, but the marina is destroyed. It's riddled with sunken boats. Wow. So today's date is the 28th of December 2022. So to give you an idea, still a lot of cleaning up to do. My dad's gonna get some close-up, zoomed-in pics of the damage report over here. This is the Caloosahatchee Bridge. Some more carnage. This is I-75 coming over the Okeechobee, or I think we're still in what's considered the Caloosahatchee River. So, but we're cruising right along. It's awesome. I'm back on the flybridge. It's windy as hell. The microphone's probably totally winded out. Alright, so we're coming up to the first lock, the W.P. Franklin lock. The sun's going down. Everything's 100%. Couldn't be any better. We're gonna anchor up for the night. It's a little windy, but we're gonna be fine. We have a pretty badass anchor, so we got another about 2 miles to go and anchor at the lock, and I'll report back when we're anchored. But the scenery is just beautiful, minus my ugly dinghy. I'll tell you though, that dinghy's been through some stuff. That dinghy broke off my boat at anchor offshore up north. Someone found it, I got it back. That dinghy flipped over in the Newburyport mouth of the Merrimack River in Mass. Whew. She's still, that dinghy literally survived Hurricane Ian. It was in pieces. The floor was gone. I hammered the pieces back together and I just freaking pumped it up, and here she is. It's crazy. So we are anchored up here at the first lock to get into the Okeechobee eastbound, and I'm up on the flybridge just doing some new GPS plugs because the GPS won't link with the other GPS downstairs. So, see if we can figure it out. See you in the morning. Good morning from the St. Lucie Lock in the Okeechobee Waterway. This is the first lock. It's almost 7 a.m. and at 7 we're gonna get ready to go on in and proceed with our route. All is good. I bought this on Amazon for 35 bucks. It's a chain grabber for 3/8 or 1/2 inch chain, so you can grab your chain for your bridle. This hook is pretty juiced up unit. Wow. So getting ready to pull the anchor up. Look at that. Reflection on the water with the sky, and that is the most bizarre looking thing. Freaking crazy. Red sky in the morning, sailor's warning. Hope we're alright. All right. Last night I got the GPSs all hooked up, so this one networks with the other one downstairs and the radar and all that, so that's good. WP Franklin Lock. This is Bella Rose, over.
Yeah, this is Franklin Lock, go ahead.
Hi Franklin Lock, we are a eastbound motor vessel getting ready to pull the anchor up and come through, if that's alright.
Yep, good copy, Cap. Let me get these lowering gates open. It'll be a few minutes. Once fully open, you'll get a green light. Come on in, chamber's yours. Make sure everybody has a life vest on. And catch lines on your starboard side, one bow, one stern, hot copy.
Good copy, thanks. Look at that, that windlass is beautiful. So that was the first lock, the WP Franklin Lock. There was a manatee right when we came out, had to go really slow. It is just a beautiful day in the Caloosahatchee River. Cruising in the new Hatteras. It's running awesome. Everything's great. This is the Ortona Lock. We're gonna head on into the Ortona Lock. Second lock eastbound in the Okeechobee. Alrighty, so we're coming up to the Highway 27 bridge right now, and the last lock before Lake Okeechobee is right up here. So essentially we're gonna go under this bridge, through another lock, and then we'll be in Lake Okeechobee. We're gonna follow the perimeter of Lake Okeechobee for a little bit until we get to the Clewiston Channel. We're going to take that channel across the lake. So we just got out of that lock. The current that comes in when they finish opening the doors is outrageous. I realize now that we should have held on until the doors completely opened, because that current almost twisted us sideways. I had to give her like everything she had, port, reverse, starboard, forward, to twist it back and make it straight again. Crazy. But anyways, we didn't hit anything, and we are headed into Lake Okeechobee now. So this is essentially Lake Okeechobee. Like, that is Lake Okeechobee right there. It's just wetlands of it. So we're gonna follow the rim route down here, and then we are going to jump into the Clewiston Channel. Alrighty. So right here, we're making the left turn into the Okeechobee Waterway, or into Lake Okeechobee rather, from the rim channel that took us from the lock. So we're taking this corner, a little wide per Navionics, and we are headed out into Lake Okeechobee. This is really exciting. Pretty freaking cool. So that's Clewiston over there. That's the Clewiston Lock. They have a bunch of really nice picnic tables and cabanas, and you can hang out and fish and stuff. Really cool. So yeah, so this is Lake Okeechobee, and this lake is extremely shallow, and there is a channel called the Clewiston Channel that goes straight through the lake, basically to get you to the St. Lucie part of the canal. And then, if you so choose, you can take the rim portion, the rim of the canal, which takes you all the way around the rim of Lake Okeechobee. I guess we're gonna have to anchor over on the other side of this lake tonight, which isn't awesome, but still awesome. Only because I read the holding is poor, so that's always, you know, crappy. Poor holding is no good, but we'll be all right. So finally, I'm in a spot where I can just set the autopilot and kind of not have to worry for a little bit. We're out in the middle of Lake Okeechobee. There's no other boats, and long section where you don't exactly need to stay right on the track. So in the meantime, I'll walk you around the boat a little bit. Through the back doors, walk on into the cabin. I have to get all this, declutter this thing. Lower helm. Dad's doing dishes.
It's the least I could do. This guy's driving all day.
He's doing the dishes. Come on, yonder. There's my room all done up. Total mess. What a cool freaking boat. Freaking cool. Love it. This is the beginning of a whole new realm of things. All right. So it is 5:37 p.m. and sun's going down. I'm gonna drop the anchor right up here, right before the lock that gets you out of the Okeechobee, or Lake Okeechobee rather. The wind's blowing out of the east, so if we drag a little, plenty of time for that thing to set back up. All right, so you can barely see anything, but the lock's over there, and we're anchored up for the night. Right over here. All right. Good morning from Lake Okeechobee. We anchored here last night. It was pretty nice. Pretty awesome. We're at the Port Mayaka Lock. And we're gonna get ready to go. It's almost 7. I'm gonna fire this thing up. Getting ready to leave. So I'm still doing work. Last night I made this table reappear on the pole. Some wood glue and such. Beautiful friggin' morning out here. It's just awesome. Alright, so we're gonna go upstairs and I'm gonna radio the lock. Fort Mayaka Lock. Fort Mayaka Lock. This is eastbound motor vessel Bella Rose, over.
This is Fort Mayaka Lock.
How you doing this morning? We're looking for eastbound passage whenever you get all set up. Over.
Roger, Captain. Swinging the gate at this time. Wait for a green light. You can come in on either wall.
Copy that. We'll be coming in starboard and I'll pull the anchor right now. Thanks. Alrighty, anchor up. Wow, that's a nice feature. So every minute we get a little bit closer to the east side of Florida. I'm loving the, I'm loving it. I'm just loving this. This is literally awesome. Coming through what is kind of considered the St. Lucie Canal, I think, since we're now on that side. Out of Lake Okeechobee, it's all done, and we're on. We're about to go through the Indiantown Railroad Bridge. We just came past Indiantown Marina. It's pretty cool. But basically, we had to wait for this bridge for about 10 minutes, but now we're getting through. Marine Center. That is a big old travel lift they got there. Scrambled eggs for breakfast in the St. Lucie Canal. Here we are at the St. Lucie Lock. Just had a couple Oreos for my dessert for breakfast. It's like a campsite over here. There's all sorts of tents, RVs, boat parking. It's really cool. This is the closest thing I've seen to the Erie Canal, except for the Erie Canal. But the weather's beautiful. It's just awesome. Got some boats in here. Looks like we'd have no problem docking here. So we're just waiting for the lock and all is good. Will's Custom Yachts. That's freaking cool. They've got an indoor garage and everything. Very cool. So we are at ocean level now and on our way out to the Intracoastal, last section of the St. Lucie Canal. So far so good. There's some shallow stuff up here, but not too worried about it. I think everything is going to be fine and dandy. We're coming up to the Palm City Bridge in Stewart. Everything's going great and we're almost completely through the Okeechobee Canal. What do you think of the trip, Dad? What do you think of the new boat?
It's awesome. Yeah, no problems and smooth sailing. We got through all the locks. Yeah, looking forward to going down the Intercoastal.
Sweet.
Definitely underwater.
Coming through Stewart, it appears as if we have a operation to get a sunken sailboat out of the bay.
A refloat operation.
Wow. It's really shallow all the way through here. Homie's doing some wake hopping. Oh yeah. Alright. So we're looking directly offshore right now. We're almost to the ICW. And there's a lot of boat traffic over here and a lot of shoaling. You need to be on top of it. Just navigate with the reds and greens and you'll be fine. We're coming up on the sketchiest area here, so hopefully that goes well, and yeah, just gonna follow the buoys, should be fine. All right, so we're through that crazy intersection back there and we are in the ICW. 10 feet of water, all good. So now it is West Palm Beach bound. We're going by Peck Lake right now.
A lot of anchors over here.
I've anchored here many times before. Right outside of Stewart in the ICW. Really cool. So we're just putzing along here in the ICW, headed towards West Palm. Hopefully we make it there today.
Palm Beach. This is the Maya Girl. Maya Girl, Coast Guard Sector, Miami. Go ahead. We're up here in Palm Beach at Peanut Island, and but thick black smoke. Can't miss it. Northwest side of Peanut Island.
And just like that, we're entering Palm Beach. Oh, I can see the smoke from that Peanut Island fire they're talking about. Wow. We made it. Palm Beach. All the sketchy water is done with. Peanut Island's directly in front of us. Coming under the bridge into Palm Beach, this is familiar territory. I don't know if you can see it, but the boat is actually still on fire over there. They're spraying it and it's just on fire. Look at the Lake Worth anchorage. It is just packed with boats. Holy crap. Palm Beach is popping this time of year. Nuts. I wonder where all these people dinghy to. That's a lot of boats out here. Wow. All right, so we just got a pump out at Palm Harbor Marina. All is good. Now we're headed over to the public docks, see if there's room at the West Palm Beach public docks. All right, I am in West Palm Beach and it's so beautiful here. It's like a paradise. Finally starting to get the boat cleaned up a little bit. It's looking good. I'm going to my friend Jake's house for New Year's. He's on the Intracoastal. Still need to do all that fiberglass work, but she's gonna do just fine for now. So, let's fire her up, shall we? Out of the side. Oh yeah. Get ready to shove off. I'm gonna be solo from here to Boca. 50-footer, solo, here to Boca. First time, stoked. Give you a little exhaust view. These are damn good runners. Happy New Year. It's New Year's Eve 2022. And I am off. Solo on the Hatteras. I am off. Headed to Boca. We made it to Miami in the Hatteras. I haven't taken a video since I got here. Yeah. Got all my friends here. Good time. All right, Casey, take the camera.
Go, George! Go, Gus! Go, Kevin! Woo!
You lean back, jump backwards, and just kick your feet over your head.
All right. Oh! Let's go! Yeah, buddy! Oh, dude. Oh,
JC, go!
Actually, went. Miami, buddy,